on Monday, the 14th of November. Davy Fury live in studio, and we always enjoy having Davy up because there's always a bit of crack with them. All right, moving on to our first guest. I'm delighted because normally, as we say, it's about promoting the music, and I suppose this is an angle too, but most guests we bring in usually do a song, now, unless our next guest wants to just change their mind and burst into songs sometime. That's entirely up to yourself, but I'm delighted to welcome Fiona Logue. Fiona, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on.
It's a pleasure. And your story, it's I got the email, and you were just looking to get it mentioned and sort of get the name out there about this. But it's Melodies and Memories.
Yes.
And it takes place. I'll just give this bit out first. It takes place every Monday afternoon at 4:30 to 6:30. Am I right?
2:30 to 4:30.
Near enough. Near enough. And basically, it involves music around people with dementia. So, tell us, just give us an outline, your outline of it.
Okay, well, the philosophy behind the group is that I invite people who are living with dementia and their family members and friends to come along for a couple of hours each week where they can just have fun, that they're all on the level playing field. Any labels or stigma is left at the door, and the most important thing is that they have a bit of crack and that there's a realisation and acceptance just because you get this diagnosis that, you know, you get forgotten about or your life is over or whatever. It's so important to realise that people have so much to give, post-diagnosis, and they love coming along and having a sing-song and having a cuppa and having a chat.
You see, there's, I suppose, and I'm not qualified in this field by no means, but I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of elements covered here, because you're covering the carer, obviously, who's looking after these people, and they're getting to meet other carers, say. Then you're getting is the right word to use dementia sufferer? Is that right to say?
I don't like sufferer. I very much go. Anytime I'm describing it, I say living with dementia, because there is life.
Yes, yes.
And okay, you know, there is. It is a challenge, without a shadow of a doubt. It is a challenge.
Because you have experience of this yourself.
I have experience of it. My mum, now unfortunately, she died a couple of years ago, but my mum was diagnosed with dementia and lived with it for 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And to be honest, she is actually one of the main reasons why I set up the group, because as she was kind of disappearing from us, one of our main ways of having communication with her was certainly through music and very much through song.
Isn't that, you see, that's an amazing thing that, I've been sort of realising myself in a non-educated way again. And thanks for putting me right on that one, because it's important that people are given the right name, and rather than, as you say, suffer, but people are living with it. But music seems to, for us who listen to it, but for people in various situations, if you're struggling mentally, music can help you. If you're somebody in a coma or something, music, music is just capable of bringing so much hope and life to people.
Yeah, music just covers so much. It covers a multitude of things, and you can have happy times, you can have sad times, you can have solo singers, you can have people singing at football matches, you can have people singing, in church. Right. Just as I say, a multitude of things, and so many different styles of music as well. Which is so important to so many people.
Tell me this, we'll go back. When did you start this group initially? Was it pre?
It was pre-COVID. I initially started the group back in 2017.
Yeah.
And we had just a wonderful group of people, and that's what you're starting off and you don't know what's lying in front of you. I could have been talking to myself.
Yeah.
But gradually and thankfully the group built up, and we keep talking about the Melodies and Memories community and family.
Lovely.
And that's what we became. Now, unfortunately, as we know, COVID came along, and we had to take a gap, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then during that time, some of our members either passed on, or it became impossible for them to attend.
Yeah.
But I will say, and this is just a tribute to all our previous members and our current members, that some of our family members whose relatives attended Melodies and Memories have now still
come back,
decided to come back and help out.
That's lovely.
And which is a huge tribute to Melodies and Memories.
Of course it is.
You know,
of course
so
it is.
and it just speaks
well done.
about the kind of family we are.
Well, exactly. And if people want to get in contact, Fiona, what's the best way?
There are various ways. We have a phone number.
Yep.
Which is it's a northern phone number. You have the details of it, I think.
We have. I'll get it out here now.
And there's an email address, and we also have a Facebook page.
Okay. We'll put it on our Facebook page.
Brilliant.
All the connections. Okay.
Brilliant.
The number, if anyone's interested, is 0044. If you're ringing from the south, 0044 756 170 6815. So that's 0044 756 170 6815. And don't be worried if you didn't get the number, because it will be up on our social media pages, and anybody can come along. And do you know, I'm sure you've seen it. You've seen the benefits of the whole connection with everyone that's involved.
Hugely.
In this, and it's great.
As you say, this isn't. It's like, I call it a music group. It's not a choir. It's a music group, and people come along, and depending on their form, they may join in.
Yes.
They may join in for one song. They may join in for 10 songs. There are no rules. Yes. Everything is very, very easy, and I say that I facilitate the group.
Oh, excellent.
You know, I facilitate the group, and we have choice of material, and they choose. Like, I have booklets of various songs prepared, and they choose what songs we sing on the day.
Are you musical yourself?
I would say yes, I am.
Right.
Like my background, as I say, my whole family, we were a musical family. We grew up surrounded by music, and I will admit to being a music teacher in a school. Now I'm retired now.
All right.
But
okay.
I was a music teacher and head of music for a few years.
Oh, very good. Just in case somebody might say, I know that voice.
And I also did the Masters in Music
Brilliant.
and focused on community music.
Excellent.
With music and dementia.
Well, Fiona, as I say, it's an absolute pleasure. I think you should be commended very much so. But
Well,
I know that you get so much out of it. You can see it in you.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Melodies and Memories, and it's down in the Acorn Centre in St Peter's Church.
It's in the grounds. It's in the grounds of St Peter's Church,
Yes.
which sometimes people say, "Where in God is that?"
Yes.
So it's on Kilmore Road, and
Yes.
it's very near the end of the Foyle Bridge.
Yes, it's just near the Foyle Hospice there, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
beyond
Brilliant.
the Foyle Hospice.
So if anyone is listening and this just might trigger someone to go, do you know what, this might help, because trust me now, and you'd know better than I do, music helps in so many ways.
It really does.
Fiona,
It
continue
really does.
success with it, and thank you so much. I know it's a dark old night, and yourself and Brian have made the journey up, but we totally appreciate it, and it's good to get the word out there. And
Thank you so much.
You never know, you might bring a group up there some night, you never know.
You never know.
Fiona, thank you